Those two guys, Fox and Holiday, the two with playoff experience on the floor right now. Stephon Castle, a couple of years ago, the Rookie of the Year. Wembanyama, first playoff shot is a miss. Clinging size inside. Here comes Avdia, who will run the show often for these Blazers.
What a matchup. Castle, Denny, two guys that are gifted at their position. Downhill.
Didn't get it, kept alive by Scoot Henderson, but knocked out of bounds.
He didn't make that layup.
Avdia did miss 16 games with a back injury. Castle over Clingan.
Well, look, they're going to have to live with the switches because Clingan is going to have to be able to do a good job on Castle on these high screen rolls.
Clingan has developed more of a three-point shot. Avdia will take and make. Denny Avdia, we just showed you a career-high 24 points a game this season. And was fabulous in the play-in. Wemby sees two, got his own miss, and draws the first foul of the Wembanyama. And he said all the right things in the build-up. He said, I'm excited to be in a high-stakes game again. Elimination games always reveal things, and he experienced
with NBA playoff basketball. All the angst, all the anxiety. He's talked about, look, I know we don't have a lot of experience, but who cares? Let's face it together.
First 2 points of his playoff career. There should likely be a lot more. Clingan on the attack to the basket. 7-3, part of the UConn National Championship team with Stephon Castle, who has the ball now for the Spurs.
Yeah, but do you see how they're moving Victor Wembanyama in that high screen and roll to get him off of Clingan? Nice job there by Avdia to get downhill.
He takes and makes from the outside. Led this team in assists. Clingan to the basket. Wembanyama's long arm knocks it away.
But people forget about the wingspan.
Castle Kamara was knocked away. Devin Vassell the other way. Sees Clingan, has to bring it back out. Now Vassell will lock. He's off. Avdia fighting. Castle got the board anyway. Here's Drew Holiday. Couple NBA championship rings. Brings poise and performance to this team. Clingan. Kept alive. Reteat. Avdia. Third try. Chase down for Holiday. A long trip here. Avdia past Castle. Downhill Denny is such a big part of the Blazers offense.
Now remember, this Portland team, one of the best in terms of offensive rebounding.
De'Aaron Fox. 18.5 points, and his numbers down this season. 7 games of playoff experience with Sacramento. Kamara out of the corner. About a foot too far. Fox pulling three. About a foot too far.
I don't think I've ever seen a young man at 6'8" put so much pressure on that paint area.
25 years old. Second year with Portland. Traded from Washington.
Look at that.
If you're a Wizards fan, you may want to stay with us too long tonight. Avdia's just been so good. He's really grown and blossomed in these couple of years with the Blazers.
Look at Kamara. He's giving up so much size against Wemby defensively.
Now switching on Vassell. Wemby moves inside. Castle free, late clock. Final shot. Avdia on the board. Both teams settling in. Steve Henderson will launch a corner three. Knock it down.
Play fast, up-tempo. Don't allow the Spurs defensively to get back and settle.
All the foul.
On Kamara, 43%. Fantastic down the stretch.
He missed so many games. 51 early in the season. Remarkable how this Blazer team, with so many injuries, were able to win 42. Wemby on the drive.
What a move. Hard move on Denny with Donovan rotating over. Tough shot.
Scoot going to work. Still plenty of time on the clock. Avdia sees two. Clingan free three. Off the mark. As we said, really put a lot of work into that three-point shot this year. It's a threat. Just off at the moment. Vassell no. Clingan's on the board. He's a terrific rebounder. Third in the league overall and the best offensive rebounder in the league. Henderson too much. Seeing some nerves early on. Champagnie, Wemby, corner, Vassell. Both teams 5 of 11 from the field in the opening 5:15. Drew Holiday will take one. On a contact, who's it off of last? Henderson. It'll be San Antonio.
They've got to be blessed to have not only those two guys champion, but now you've got a 22-year-old prodigy in Wemby who just changes the game.
Dylan Harper, the rookie, just checked in, kept that alive, but sent it to Portland. Jeremy Grant out of Syracuse with the ball for the Blazers. Also checked in, Matisse Thybulle. He's got it. Harper closes out. Thybulle took it to the basket. One move to the corner. And the three is off the mark for Robert Williams, who has experience in his playoff career from his time with the Celtics. That's all the way to the basket.
That's first playoff foray. How about Stephon Castle? But again, we've seen Castle in high-stakes games. You talked about the national championship.
First one, did it feel different for you?
It did. Look, we went against the bad boys and the Detroit Pistons, Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, and my heart was coming through my chest. And obviously we had played them 6 times during the regular season, but playoff basketball is just different.
Avdia over 2 outstretched arms. Nope. There goes Wembanyama. Took it off the glass, put it behind his back, trying to extend a 7-0 run. Spin it on Avdia. Oh, the basket! Oh, Wemby!
And that was against Avdia, a guy who does the same thing at 6'8". You've got to be kidding me here.
What a great shot of Duncan and Robinson just admiring and appreciating. Corner 3. Williams knocks that one down. Much needed. Williams hit only 9 3-pointers all season. A veteran. Got a couple of veterans of playoff experience here in the rotation for Giannis Splitter, the Blazers' interim head coach. Wemby, a 3.
Robert Williams was in a drop position. He should have been up on that high screen and roll, which is a little odd to say.
Your thoughts on Wemby, blah, blah, blah. You ever seen anything like that? He said, never. And that is a refrain we've heard all around the league. Grant guarded tightly by the cell. Tipped away and out of bounds, and will stay down here with the Blazers. If you're not familiar, the Blazers haven't been on a lot of network TV games. Love Shaden Sharp. This guy can jump out of the gym, but he's added a lot to his game. He averaged 20.8 per game. 17 in the left corner right now. Grant going to work on Fox. Blazers have gone cold the last few minutes. Vassell from out of the corner. Mr. Reg, I love the way these wings attack for San Antonio.
Yeah, both of these teams have young wings that like to get into the paint and attack that rim area. But I like to see Denny start to continue to go downhill a little bit, like how he started the first game, or the first 5 minutes of his game. There you go, gets into the paint.
But Cornette, don't forget, he's got a great defensive presence in there, even though you've got no Wemby. Blazers have missed 7 of their last 8 field goals. Dylan Harper, guarded by Avdia. The help from Cornette. Late clock, Fox 3.
The pace set by the Spurs. Again, if they dictate the pace and control it, it's going to be very difficult for Portland to score. Who's going to come along with Denny for the ride offensively?
Avdia had 11 of their 21. Shaden Sharp with the basket right there. There's a balance beyond Avdia and Sharp's team. Wemby on the high handoff.
Yeah, but look at the small lineup on the floor here for the Blazers.
Holiday, Kamara 3, knocks that down. Reg, this was the lineup in part, except for one other change that got them down the stretch across the finish line in Phoenix in the play-in game. Going small, Holiday knocked it away. Sharp the other way for Portland. Shaden the push. Holiday faking 3. Sees Wemby, so he pulls the string. Rebound by Castle.
See the difference when you see that 7'4" guy in there instead of going all the way to the cup. You pull up for that jumper.
Castle pulls 3. Harrison Barnes the rebound. Working inside. And Beck got fouled.
With whatever guard is out there with Victor in those
14th overall pick in last year's draft. So 2 really good-looking rookies in Dylan Harper, the 2nd overall pick, Bryant, the 14th overall pick. Goes Stephon Castle, the Rookie of the Year, number 4 pick in the 24 draft. And obviously Wembanyama taken at the top of the 23 draft. Young, talented, ahead of schedule to many, 62 wins, trailing only Oklahoma City in the West in the league this year. Sharp off on the 3. And you got a couple of rookies on the floor for San Antonio in their playoff debuts. Wembanyama, guarded by Holiday, tries to take him in, got it knocked away. Here comes Grant. Shovel. 2 there. Neither one had it, but it touched the Spurs last. T. Billups was arrested by the FBI, part of their federal gambling investigation. Shot by Sharp is good. At that time, they put Billups on leave by the NBA. The case with Billups is still ongoing. But Splitter, who had only been hired coming into this season to be with the Blazers, Wembanyama at the basket, throws it down again. Splitter, a guy who played center for the champion Blazers, Spurs back in 14, had to take over as the Blazers head coach on very short notice. This part of a very tumultuous season as Grant knocks down the 3. Guys like Grant missed a bunch of times. Reggie, 7 of their top 10 missed a dozen or more games this year. Drive by Harper to the basket.
That's why you applaud what Coach Splitter has done, keeping this team together where there were so many external noises, especially coming out from ability because he's guarding a wing shooter.
Scoot Henderson, who was the number 3 pick in the draft where Wembanyama was taken number 1 overall. He's got it back, late clock. Gotta go. Grant didn't get it off. Shot clock violation.
Everyone's afraid to go into the paint, and there's a reason why. So everything's being...
It is half of their attempts on the night. Champagne's pass, a poor one. Sharp back the other way for the Blazers. Jaden Sharp, Kamara, put 5 outside the line. Goes inside at Wembanyama. He's so tall and such a presence in there. We just...
Should I try him? Am I going to dish it out?
No. Yes.
And then down here, he's getting whatever he wants.
Fox a line drive, doesn't get the 3. Blazers have been good on the glass. This is a strength of Portland. They are 6th in rebounding in the league. Henderson pinch. Sharp thought about 3. Williams hit one earlier. 1 for 3 from 3. Kamara got pushed to the back in the foul call. And will be important to this Portland team this series and beyond as they build. Clock at 10. And Tamani Kamara. To Shaden Sharp. Reed ball off. Klingon has no Wemby in there. Couldn't get the board. Champagnie. No numbers. Secondary. Triple. Michelle. Timeout coming. Timeout Portland. Behind you. Third foul on Bryant. Spurs over the limit. Optia decorated the building with the shirts, and the Spurs uniforms have that same theme as well.
And that's a city, too, buying in to the theme. And it's just not the players out here performing. The fans have to do their part as well. This place continues to buzz. It's so loud in here, Mike.
9-point game. Fox pulls up. 4-2. I know you think he's going to be huge for this team if they're going to make a deep playoff run.
Well, again, he's the one guy. I know it's only 7 games. In terms, nice move there by Denny.
With no Wemby there, he went in differently, didn't he?
Well, they're not afraid to go in there without Wemby on the floor.
Barnett says, I'll take that. And get the 2 right back. Veteran of the playoffs, his 6th straight year in the postseason. The last 5 with the Celtics.
This is why De'Aaron Fox is so important. You just saw the bucket, but how about the assist? Getting the ball up quick.
Avdia waited for Fox, locked him down. Klingon and Cornette battling. Champagnie the other way. Here comes Fox in full flight. Puts on the brakes. Backs down 3.
On Cone.
Scored or assisted on the last 7. Grant waiting for Klingon. 3 on 2. Harper. Avdia was there. Good defense. Still time. Champagnie. Got it back with 8. Turn it. No basket on the foul. On the floor. Foul is called. On
Fox pushing the ball up.
pass Johnson back off the bench, going in for two. To Cornet. 7 in a row for the Spurs. Drew Holiday coming off the bench. They need a little stabilizing right now. Holiday gets him a basket.
Every time they need a stop or a bucket, they go to the KG veteran, Drew Holiday here. That's a tough left-hand finish.
First field goal for Holiday. Got 4 assists. Cornet the screen. Dylan Harper on the dive for the basket.
31. You go from 31 to 106. That's amazing.
They weren't all like that, drawing the charge and taking it in the chest on contact. He drew a lot of them on guys who were trying to screen. Very crafty, very smart player. Nice pass to Sharp inside. Couldn't finish, but Williams.
Oh, great defense here by Castle.
Right in Avdia's face.
Too strong down there, big fella.
Fans were unhappy with the call. Mitch Johnson looked over to his back bench, and they said, don't challenge. On Tuesday night in January.
During the regular season, especially early on in my career, I jawed a lot, talked a lot of noise, argued with officials. Come playoff time, you got to find ways to conserve energy. That has to go out the way. You can't worry about the officials and bad calls.
Cornet. Nope. Avdia the other way. Puts on the brakes. Holiday lobs to the basket and finished by Robert Williams. He's had a nice stretch. And the Spurs have to call timeout. See if they get Wemby back in the game here. As the lead is big as